Gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm just out here getting my steps. It's a bit windy, I apologize. Out here in God's country, and I just wanted to talk about how effortless it can be to stay shredded all year round with a few basic tactics that you're probably missing in your daily habits and routines. So the first thing that I want to talk about, you must eliminate all processed foods. If you're eating food grown from soil like this, you're never going to have this, because that soil is completely robbed of all nutrients. Let me explain. I'm about to blow your mind. The soil here has been tilled for decades, decade after decade, and this is the very food that you are consuming at the grocery store. And the true quality of the food comes from the quality of the soil. Well, does that look like healthy soil to you? No. That's dirt, bro. That's dust and dirt. And the reason it looks like that, and the reason that it isn't healthy, is because the farmers in the springtime and the fall, they'll go through with their massive farm equipment and they'll do this thing called tillage. I'm a little burnt right now. It's early spring, but they'll do this thing called tillage where they rip up the soil because it looks clean and it looks pretty. But imagine if you were a living organism or some kind of probiotic or any really organic matter living in the soil, and something came by and ripped you apart and destroyed you and your ecosystem. How would you survive? How would you survive? You wouldn't. So, number one, quality of soil matters. And in America, the quality of the soil is almost non-existent. This is why I talk about organic regenerative grazing, where cows, right? Where cows are consuming food from the land that is completely untouched, untilled, not sprayed with glyphosate, right? We can talk about glyphosate, a chemical used during the Nazi regime in World War II to exterminate a certain class of people, a religion of people. And then lastly, let's talk about the GMO stuff, right? GMO. All of this is all GMO. GMO corn, GMO soy, right? Last season this was corn, and I believe that was soy. The only reason why that this food can even grow in soil like this, when it's sprayed with thousands of pounds of chemicals all year long, is because the plant is GMO. Well, what is GMO, Stephen? Genetically modified organism. So essentially you're eating food grown in a lab that is synthetically made and then sprayed from the air or from a tractor with chemicals that were induced or introduced during World War II in soil that is dead. And we wonder why America is so fucked up and sick. What we do on our farm is completely different. And in most regenerative and organic grazing operations, you just have cows on grass, untouched grass or pasture, hence the term pasture raised. But if you're eating anything in a box, anything from a bag, this is where it's coming from, guys. You guys that like Kashi cereal, this is where it's coming from. So that's number one. Number two, as I continue to get my steps, the second thing you must do in order to have a lean physique, my shoulder, bro. I hit shoulders today. To have a lean physique year round and perform at an optimal level is steps. Get outside in nature. Absorb the sun, the vitamin D through the skin. Too many of you are consuming supplements. I gotta get my vitamin D. Go out in the sun. Go out in the sun. You can get plenty of vitamin D out here. It's not bad for you. How can the sun, the one thing that literally keeps the entire world revolving, be bad for us? It doesn't make any sense. So to summarize, number one, eliminate the processed foods that is grown in dead soil or dirt. Number two, get your steps. Get out in sun. Get out in the sun. Get natural vitamin D. And then lastly, the last thing that you need to do in order to stay lean effortlessly and just thrive as a man in America today, because we have all sorts of health problems and health issues, right? Is to genuinely know how much food you're putting in your body, genuinely. You don't have to track calories all the time like a psycho, but you have to have some kind of rough idea of what goes in versus what goes out. And right now, this is helping the going outside of things, right? The going outside of things. I'm currently walking. I'm burning energy, calories, thermodynamics for you math nerds out there. And if you don't know how many calories you burn, it's fine. You can look it up online, or you can send me a DM me calories on Instagram. My Instagram is American Stallion, and I will teach and show you and educate you on, based off your lifestyle, based off of how you're currently living, based off of your sedentary, based off if you're a professional motocross racer, who knows what you are. Maybe you're a high-level executive, 9-figure, ultra net worth guy, and you sit a lot, probably sedentary. I can calculate and tell you the calories that you're currently burning based on what you do, and then tell you what you need to consume. Macros, I'm sure you've heard of it, right? Protein, fat, carbohydrates. Protein. In 1 gram of protein, there is 4 calories. In 1 gram of carb, or 1 gram of carbohydrates, there are 4 calories. In 1 gram of fat, there are 9 calories. So fat has the most amount of calories of the 3 macronutrients. And then some people recently been talking about adding fiber. I don't really worry about fiber as long as I'm eating fruit, some tubers, right? Your organic Japanese sweet potatoes, your squash, you're fine. So those are the 3 things you need to develop an amazing physique and perform at an extremely high level. Eliminate processed foods from dead dirt that is not sprayed with chemicals that were founded in World War II. Get outside in nature, in the sun. Get in your steps, you know. You don't even have to lift that heavy. You don't even have to work out. Just walk, bro. I recommend 15,000 steps a day if you're not going to work out, maybe 20,000. And then lastly, you need to know your total energy expenditure, or your TDEE. And if you don't know how to calculate it, send me a DM saying calories on Instagram at American Stallion, and I'll tell you roughly, based off of your busy or non-busy lifestyle, how many calories you're probably burning on a daily basis and how many you need to eat to have this.